everyone says the key to YouTube is to create valuable content that people want to watch. But if you're a creator over 40, you've probably followed all the advice, put in the hours, and you're left wondering, why isn't it working? You might feel like the advice you're getting from younger creators just doesn't apply to you. So in today's video, I want to walk you through step by step the real reasons your videos might not be connecting and how to fix them. We're going to look at the specific mistakes creators in our demographic make and turn your experience into your biggest assets on the platform. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Okay, so now let's jump right in. The first major mistake I see is how creators over 40 are trying to niche down. You've heard the advice, the riches are in the niches. So you've tried to fit your decades of experience into a tiny box. Maybe it's a hyper-specific topic that feels restrictive and honestly, a little inauthentic. Here's the problem. With that approach, your audience can tell when you're not being genuine, you're not being yourself. When you force yourself into a narrow topic that ignores your vast life experience, the content feels flat. It lacks perspective, and that's a huge problem. Because when you understand what makes viewers click away, you can create content that keeps them watching. An inauthentic premise is one of the fastest ways to get them to bounce. So here's the fix to that problem. You need to redefine what a niche is. Stop thinking of your niche as just a topic. You are the niche. Your specific combination of career, experience, personal stories, successes, and failures is something no one else can copy. Your perspective is the value. So instead of generic gardening channel, be the channel of the 55-year-old retired project manager who now applies agile development principles to growing heirloom tomatoes. People won't just come for the gardening. They'll stay for your unique approach. Your life experience is the actual niche. You need to own that. The second reason many creators over 40 struggle is they're creating content for a version of YouTube that doesn't exist anymore. You might be focusing on strategies that worked back in 2015, like stuffing your descriptions with keywords or using flashy titles that don't quite deliver. You're trying to game an algorithm that has changed. Here's the truth. You need to understand about the YouTube algorithm in 2025. Its main job is not to be a gatekeeper you have to trick. Its job is to be a matchmaker. It wants to connect the right video with the right viewer, to keep that viewer satisfied and on the platform longer. And if you don't know what that means for you, it just means the algorithm has shifted its focus from superficial metrics like clicks to deeper signals like audience retention and user satisfaction. So what's the solution? You have to stop creating for a machine and start creating for one specific person. Think about your ideal viewer. What are their problems? What do they need to know? When you create a video that truly serves that one person, you generate the deep engagement signals the algorithm is built to find. The algorithm then says, this person really liked this video. Let's find more people like them. And just to let you know, this doesn't mean titles and descriptions don't matter at all. They still help YouTube with initial categorization, but they are far less important than creating a satisfying viewing experience. Forget the tricks. Your job is to make a genuinely good video for a human, and the algorithm's job is to find the audience for it. Before we keep going, let me say this. If you're finding value here, hit that like button so more creators over 40 can see the message. And if you want support and strategies tailored to our generation, go ahead and subscribe. Now, this next mistake is a common one. You see these successful 25-year-old creators with their fast jump cuts and high energy, and you think you have to copy that style to succeed. So you try to talk like them and edit like them, and it comes across as forced, because it is. The reason this doesn't work is simple. It creates an unmet expectation. Your target audience, other people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, aren't looking for another young trendy creator. They are looking for someone relatable. They're looking for wisdom and credibility. that comes from life experience. They're looking for you. Trying to be someone else pushes away the very people who want to hear your message. So here's the fix. You have to stop impersonating and start embracing your own authority. Your age isn't a weakness. It's your single greatest competitive advantage. No one else has your stories. No one else has your perspective. Lean into it. Speak in your own voice and tell your own stories. You don't need frantic editing when your content has substance. Your audience values authenticity over artificial energy. You can build a massive loyal following by simply being yourself and sharing what you've learned. Let's talk about the practical side of this. You're likely trying to build this channel while also managing a career, a family, and everything else that comes with life at this stage. But you might be using a brute force method, pulling all-nighters, trying to brainstorm, film, and edit one video from scratch every single week. This is a direct path to inconsistency and burnout. What we need to do is adapt our workflow to our current lives. We have to work smarter, not harder. This means building systems. There are a few key ways to do this. First, batch your content. Dedicate one day to planning and scripting, another day to filming 4 or 5 videos, and another block of time to editing. This creates a content buffer and removes that weekly pressure. Second, create templates. Your editing doesn't need to be reinvented every time. Create a simple, reusable project template with your intro, outro, and any graphics you use. This saves an incredible amount of time. Third, simplify your setup. You don't need a massive studio. You need good, clear audio, decent lighting, and a valuable message. By building a sustainable process, you ensure you can show up consistently over the long term, which is absolutely essential for growth. Hey, I got a quick question for you, and I'd love for you to drop your answer in the comments below. What's been your biggest challenge as a creator over 40? Is it figuring out the tech, staying consistent, or just finding the time? I'm really curious because your answers might inspire future videos that directly help you. Okay, so the final reason channels fail in this age group comes down to a mindset shift. You're treating your channel like casual hobby when to see growth, it needs to be treated like a business. Now, this doesn't mean it has to be your full-time job, but adopting a business mindset is what separates the channels that grow from the ones that stay stagnant. A hobby is something you do when you feel inspired. A business has a plan and a clear purpose. When you're in a hobbyist mindset, you probably don't have a content strategy. You upload whenever you get around to it. And there's no clear vision. On a platform that rewards consistency and clarity, that approach doesn't work. The solution is to start thinking like an entrepreneur. Ask yourself, what is the mission of my channel? Who is my target viewer? What value am I providing them? Create a simple content calendar that maps out your video topics for the next month. Set a manageable goal. Maybe it's one quality video per week, and treat that as a real deadline. This business-like approach provides the structure and strategic thinking needed to build something that lasts. When you shift from hobbyist to owner, you start making decisions that lead to real sustainable growth. So let's recap the 5 mistakes that might be holding your channel back. First, you're niching down incorrectly, squeezing your experience into a tiny box instead of realizing that you are the niche. 2, you're playing by an old set of rules, trying to trick an algorithm that now prioritizes human satisfaction. 3, you're impersonating younger creators instead of embracing your own authority and experience. 4, your workflow is designed for a 20-year-old leading to burnout instead of sustainable creation. And 5, you're treating your channel like a hobby instead of a business with a clear strategy. The theme here is that you might feel like you have to be something you're not, but the opposite is true. Your age, your experience, and your unique perspective are your greatest assets. This platform needs more voices of wisdom, and authentic authority. It needs your voice. If this resonated with you and you're ready to start building a channel that truly reflects your value, make sure you subscribe because we're going to be talking a lot more about practical strategies for creators over 40. And check out this next video on my 5-step system for planning videos, where I'll walk you through the exact process I use to stay consistent without burning out.